So we're going to talk a little bit more about actions in this video. So if you remember from when we were talking about the lights, how to get the MIDI communication between the iMac and the iPad, we right-clicked on this slide, this Grace on top of Grace right here, and we went to Add Action, and we went down to Communication. Well, you probably saw all these other actions here. So this is a way to make it so that ProPresenter will trigger certain actions whenever you click on a slide. So there's a lot of different things you can do here. If we click on the action palette, you'll see there's actually even more than just that drop-down menu. So I'm going to close that, and you'll also see there's these other two options here, Edit Actions and Remove Actions. So any actions that have settings in them with like the MIDI note on will show up here under the Edit Actions, and then under Remove Actions we can see all of them. You'll see the background that we put on there in the last section also shows up as an action, and there's also a Remove All button here if you want to just clean the slide of all actions it has. So you can also see a preview of those here. It shows up. This is a background icon. This is a communication action. You'll see here up here on the pre-service, it's a little bit hard to see, but we have the communication. This one is a stage display icon. This is an audience look. This is a foreground. This is different than the background. You see how the background has the blank square on the top. This one has the blank square on the bottom. And then we have our messages icon. A lot of these you don't have to worry about. You're not going to have to set up the audience, the stage, even the messages. The main thing you want to do is make sure that there's only the actions that you want to have on the slide, and there's not a bunch of extra stuff weighing it down. So for example, I saw earlier, if we go down to Yet Not I, and let me change the arrangement to Indiana, you'll see there are 3 communication actions on here. That's not good. We don't want that. In fact, we don't want any communication actions on this one at all. The only songs we want communication actions on are Song 1 of Set 1 and Song 1 of Set 2. So we can see there's communication action there. That's right. Communication action in there. That's right. Let me change the arrangement on this one too. No communication action on the Song 2 of Set 1. That's right. And then we've got a whole bunch of communication actions here that we don't want. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to remove, and remove. There's a lot of different reasons this will show up. It might have been an event where there was a lot of different stuff going on. Who knows what it was? It doesn't matter. All I know is that for this Sunday, the only thing I want on this slide is the background. Now, the only exception to this would be if your campus has a stage display. The stage display is the TV or projector at the back of the room that displays lyrics for the worship team. The stage display is different than the screens in the front of the room in that it is strictly functional. It's not going to have the background. It's not going to have a lot of the visual elements designed to make it look more appealing. It's going to be designed specifically for the worship team, the vocalists especially, to be able to glance at the screen and quickly read the lyrics. It also has the lyrics for the next slide on it so that they can see what's coming. And so a lot of times it won't have much extra space on it. It's just going to be a black background with white or yellow text. If you have that at your campus, you'll see a second icon on here that I showed you earlier. We don't have it set up here at Indiana, but I'll show you what the icon looks like. So it says no stage screens configured. That means we don't have any stage display set up currently. So I'm just going to hit done so you can see the icon. So it's going to look like that. If you see that icon on a slide and you have a stage display at your campus, you're definitely going to want to leave that one there. In fact, if you don't see the icon and you do have a stage display, you're going to want to add it just how I did by right-clicking, add action, and go to stage. It's grayed out because I already have stage on there, but if I go to edit, you can see here. Normally where it says no stage screens configured, there would be a drop-down menu that says choose your stage configuration or whatever it says. There's a drop-down menu, and you'll just select worship for the if it's on a worship song. These buttons here we don't worry about. Just hit done and it'll save it. But for Indiana, since we don't have a stage display, I'm going to remove that and we'll just have the one background. That's the case for most campuses, unless you do have a stage display or you're going to be getting one soon. Don't even worry about it. So all of these songs are right. There's only one cue for each song, plus the communication cues on the first song of each set. So we're good here. I'm not going to worry about the songs anymore. The only other things you'll notice is a lot of actions on these other slides. Again, nothing you need to worry about, but just so you know what it's doing, we have right here, for example, a clear all action. We have more communication actions. This one's an audience look that makes sure the sermon is actually going to the right screen and it's not going to the side screens, even though we made this circle here green. A lot of different stuff that's going on, a lot of powerful features, but the only thing that you'll be changing week to week is the intro slides of every song, making sure that the right actions are on there and that there aren't any extra actions that we don't need.